Retired Lieutenant General Faiz Hameed was a formidable figure in Pakistan, known for his strategic acumen and commanding presence. As the former Director General of the Inter Services Intelligence, or ISI, he wielded immense power, shaping the country's security policies and intelligence operations. Hameed was known for his sharp intellect and his influence within the military establishment, often seen as a key player in Pakistan's defense strategy. However, his fall from grace has been as dramatic as his rise, capturing the attention of both national and international observers. Hameed finds himself facing an unprecedented court-martial, sending shockwaves through Pakistan and beyond as the military establishment grapples with this internal crisis. His arrest is a watershed moment in Pakistan's history, marking a significant shift in the country's approach to accountability and justice. Never before has a former ISI chief been subject to such public scrutiny, highlighting the gravity of the charges against him. The charges against him related to corruption and abuse of power strike at the heart of Pakistan's complex civil-military relationship, raising questions about the integrity of the military establishment. The outcome of this case has the potential to reshape Pakistan's political landscape for years to come, influencing the balance of power between civilian and military authorities. The world watches as Pakistan grapples with this unprecedented event, with international stakeholders closely monitoring the developments. The arrest and trial of Faiz Hameed is a stark reminder of the fragility of power and the enduring struggle for accountability in a nation grappling with deep-seated challenges, including corruption and political instability. The coming days and weeks will be crucial in determining the course of justice and the future trajectory of Pakistan, as the nation stands at a crossroads facing a pivotal moment in its history. At the heart of the case against Faiz Hameed are serious allegations of corruption. He is accused of using his position for personal gain, amassing wealth through illicit means. Specifically, Hameed is implicated in a land-grabbing scheme involving a private housing project known as Top City. He allegedly used his influence to acquire land illegally, enriching himself and his associates. The charges against Hameed extend beyond financial impropriety. He is also accused of abuse of power during his tenure as ISI chief. Critics allege that he used the intelligence agency to silence dissent and target political opponents. These allegations, if proven true, paint a disturbing picture of corruption and impunity within Pakistan's most powerful institutions. The military court will have to carefully consider the evidence presented against Hameed. Witnesses will be called to testify, documents will be scrutinized, and legal arguments will be fiercely debated. The outcome of this trial will hinge on the court's ability to remain impartial and deliver a verdict based solely on the facts presented. Top City, the private housing project at the center of the allegations against Faiz Hameed, has emerged as an unlikely challenger to military power in Pakistan. This development has sent ripples through the corridors of power, raising questions about the unchecked influence of the military in civilian affairs. The company's owners have accused Hameed and his associates of using coercion and threats to seize valuable land from them. These allegations are not just about land, they are about the misuse of power and the lengths to which some will go to maintain their dominance. Their willingness to come forward and press charges is a testament to their determination to seek justice, even in the face of formidable opposition. It reflects a broader desire among many Pakistanis to see accountability and transparency in their institutions. Top City's case highlights the issue of land grabbing in Pakistan, a problem that has plagued the country for decades. This issue has deep roots, often tied to the socio-political dynamics and the power structures that have historically favored the elite. Powerful individuals, often with connections to the military or political elite, have exploited their positions to illegally acquire land, displacing communities and undermining the rule of law. This has led to widespread disenfranchisement and a sense of injustice among the affected populations. The allegations against Hameed, if proven true, would represent a particularly egregious example of this deeply entrenched problem. It would underscore the urgent need for reforms to prevent such abuses of power in the future. The courage of Top City's owners in challenging powerful figures like Faiz Hameed should not be underestimated. Their actions are a beacon of hope for many who have suffered in silence, showing that it is possible to stand up against oppression. Their actions have shown a spotlight on the issue of corruption and abuse of power within Pakistan. This case has galvanized public opinion and brought renewed attention to the need for systemic change. The outcome of this case will have significant implications for the future of business and investment in the country, as well as for the broader fight against impunity. It could set a precedent for holding powerful individuals accountable and pave the way for a more just and equitable society. The decision to court-martial a former ISI chief is unprecedented in Pakistan's history. This bold move has captured the attention of both national and international observers, sparking intense debates and discussions. The ISI has long been considered a sacred cow, operating in the shadows with little accountability. Its operations, shrouded in secrecy, have often been beyond the reach of civilian oversight, making this court-martial even more significant. Its chiefs, often seen as the real power brokers in Pakistan, have traditionally enjoyed impunity for their actions. The military's influence over the country's political landscape has been profound, with ISI chiefs wielding considerable power behind the scenes. The trial of Faiz Hameed represents a significant departure from this norm and has sent shockwaves through the country's power structures. Hameed, a figure once untouchable, now faces the full force of military justice. The court-martial is a test for Pakistan's military establishment. It challenges the long-standing tradition of military autonomy and questions the extent to which the military is willing to hold its own accountable. It raises questions about the military's willingness to hold its own accountable and to operate within the bounds of the law. The transparency and fairness of this trial will be closely scrutinized by both the public and international community. A fair and transparent trial would send a strong message that no one is above the law, regardless of their rank or position. It would signify a potential shift towards greater accountability within the military ranks. The outcome of this trial will have far-reaching implications for Pakistan's civil-military relations. It could redefine the balance of power between civilian authorities and the military establishment. A guilty verdict could embolden civilian leaders to assert greater control over the military, while an acquittal could further entrench the military's dominance in Pakistani society. The stakes are incredibly high, and the repercussions will be felt for years to come. The eyes of the world are on Pakistan as this historic trial unfolds. The international community watches closely, aware that the outcome could influence not just Pakistan's future, but also its relations with other nations. In a shocking turn of events, experts have described the recent developments as nothing short of a nuclear detonation. The ramifications are expected to be far-reaching, impacting not just the immediate region, but potentially the global landscape. Experts warn that the consequences could be dire if immediate action is not taken, urging all stakeholders to step up and address the situation with utmost urgency. Hameed's journey with the PTI has been nothing short of a roller coaster. From his meteoric rise to prominence within the party to his eventual downfall, it's a story filled with twists and turns. Initially celebrated for his innovative strategies and charismatic leadership, Hameed soon found himself embroiled in controversies that tarnished his reputation. As internal conflicts grew, his influence within the PTI waned, leading to a dramatic fall from grace. Yet his legacy remains a topic of intense debate among political analysts and supporters alike. Challenging the very core of the army is no small feat. Those who dare to question its operations often face significant backlash and repercussions. Yet in recent times, there has been a growing movement of individuals and groups who are demanding greater transparency and accountability from the military. This bold stance has sparked widespread discussions and has put the spotlight on issues that were previously swept under the rug. The outcome of this challenge remains uncertain, but it has undoubtedly ignited a crucial conversation about the role and responsibilities of the Army in modern society. As the world watches, Pakistan's image is increasingly under scrutiny. The nation finds itself grappling with challenges that cast a long shadow over its international standing. These issues, while complex, demand urgent attention and decisive action. The diplomatic ties between Pakistan and its allies are now on shaky ground. Trust, once a cornerstone of these relationships, is now in question. Moving forward, it is crucial for Pakistan to rebuild and reinforce these connections to avoid further isolation. Pakistan is at a crossroads, navigating a path fraught with uncertainty. The decisions made in the coming days will have lasting impacts on the nation's future. It is a time for careful consideration, strategic planning, and above all, unity. This moment in history could very well define Pakistan's trajectory for years to come. It is a watershed moment, one that requires courage, resilience, and a clear vision. The world watches, hoping to see Pakistan rise to the occasion and emerge stronger.